Hello, welcome. This is a physical health reading and it is for the month of December. So we're nearly in December now, but you know, it's for the whole of December. So let's see what's going to be going on with our physical health in December. I'm going to use a different format actually today. I thought I'd do something a bit different because I found a different mental health one, didn't I? Which I quite enjoyed doing. So I'm going to use a different layout for the physical health as well. I thought it might be interesting. So we'll pick a couple of oracle cards first. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for giving the video a thumbs up. Okay, so physical health for December, please. Physical health for December. Physical health for December. Ooh. Release your power. Interesting. Not seen that card ever before. Release your power. So there's going to be some more power by the looks of it. Physical health for December. Physical health for December. Okay, now we have got here a very sensitive energy. Now that's a very artistic, creative, romantic, gentle, calming energy for our healing. And then there's also power, and it even looks like that person's carrying a medicine bottle. So it could be that, you know, in December you've got the right medicine. You've got the right cure, if you like, in December, and it seems very gentle and gentle and calming energy is very healing for your physical body in December. And also honesty, being honest with yourself about what you're doing with your physical health is going to help. Not always easy. But don't go into super ego. That's one thing I will say, because your super ego is like your critical parent. You know, when you start beating yourself up and you start thinking, oh, I haven't been doing this right, I haven't been doing that right, it's no good. The more self-love we cultivate, that's where true healing comes from. The more you love yourself, because the more you love yourself, the more you love source, the more you love spirit. And the more you love yourself, the less you need to do things that are bad for your health, you know. So it's more loving that way rather than through super ego, that critical parent in your head telling you off for doing naughty things. Like, it's not going to help you. So they're saying about being honest with yourself, but in a gentle way, very gentle energy, and reclaiming your power and finding the right healing that could be very powerful, whether it's a medicine or the right balance of something that you take into your body, or the right combination of factors that are going to help your healing. It's powerful. So let's see the first cards, please, to describe the pain or the illness or the physical problem, shall we say. Could be anything, couldn't it? But it's a physical problem with the body. We are not the body, by the way. Okay, so they're saying that there's been something to do with a lack of success with health, like physical health, you know, because that is success and victory, and that is lack of success, lack of victory with your physical health. It's also involved you losing ego, okay, dropping your ego and not being able to go around perhaps like you used to. Maybe, I don't know, I mean, I can speak for myself, you know, maybe there was a certain level of ego involved in some of the things you were doing, and now you're becoming more humble, you know, becoming more humble because you can't go around perhaps like you used to do. But this is a good thing. Spirit sees it as a humbling experience. It's helped you to burn off a lot of karma, burn off a lot of ego, slow down, you know, and that's really why we're here, to burn karma and ego. So it may on the surface feel like, oh, you know, physically you haven't been as successful or lucky, but then in a way it's helped you to burn off some of the ego that you were carrying, some of your ego identity, because you've had to make changes, you know. It's also, it does feel like the physical problem. It's like you definitely have to be more slower in your movements or more gentle with your body with that card. You can't race around like you used to. And they are talking about putting in a lot of work here, because you've got the Eight of Pentacles. So it's a lot of work and effort, you know, that you're having to put in to find the right healing, to get yourself in a more healthy place, to learn about your physical health. So the emotions that all of this stems from then. The emotions it stems from. Well, there's two cards. You were burying your head in the sand about something. Well, there's three cards actually. You were burying your head in the sand about something that you were doing, or that something that was happening, and you didn't want to see it. It could have been it could have either been your inner child that was struggling, or this happened in your childhood, or it was a loss of your inner child, and you've not been able to be so playful since some of these physical problems happened. You could have been working too hard, or something like that, doing too much, and that was putting a strain on things. And you've also got the Queen of Pentacles. You know, were you trying too hard to be tough? You know, were you not really in touch with your emotions? And that's kind of why it's like you were trying to carry everything yourself, and it just took its toll on your physical health, really, quite frankly, where you were trying to be really strong and trying to take everything on yourself, and it's sort of taken its toll and affected your physical health, you know. So there's a few different sort of emotions it could really stem from. So what needs to be healed? Let's have a look at that. What needs to be healed in December? What needs to be healed in December, please? You've got here the card where your mind is all over the place and you keep changing your mind and thinking different things. There's two things here. Emotionally, Spirit is saying you need to settle down and don't allow your ego mind to keep racing around, making you think of different things, making you worry about different things, because that's not going to be helpful for your physical health, you know. Obviously, the more we keep the mind empty, we actually allow that portal for Spirit to enter and do its healing work on us. You know, because no mind activity is basically then accessing consciousness, and consciousness holds all the healing that we need. Also, being in a lot of mind activity, because this basically represents lots of mind activity, you know, that does drop the vibration, because mind activity is ego, and ego is the opposite of God, Spirit, you see. So it's a lower vibration anyway. That's not good for the body. So in December, really, what needs to be healed is really your thinking about your problems. You know, whatever physical problems you've got, what really needs to be healed is your thinking about it, and not allowing yourself to keep thinking about it, because it's not helping, you know. And also, the other message in that can be that you might keep changing your mind about the medical approach you want to take to your healing. And again, it would be better sort of to pick one approach rather than keep changing your mind. And it might not be the right time to make that decision at the moment. You might need to wait a little bit before you really make the decision about what you're going to do. You know, and taking your power back here with the Five of Swords, that is all about taking your power back. So you've got to take your power back from your mind. Don't let your mind play games with you over this and keep getting you stressed or anxious or worried, you know, because it doesn't help. It actually obstructs source consciousness, because, you know, we can receive DNA upgrades, you know, we can receive abundance of healing from source consciousness when we enter into the vibration of source consciousness. So it's really important to take your power back in December and don't allow any mind activity or just even confusing decisions where if you keep feeling like you're changing your mind about your healing approach. Just hold off until you feel more settled and then a decision will come to you. Okay, so how this issue will be healed in December, please. How will this issue be healed in December? It might feel a lack of progress initially because you've got the Eight of Swords, which is a bit of a stuck feeling. You know, it might feel like there is a lack of progress there. Let's pick another card. You might have to take the blindfold off. There might be something here where you're not wanting to see. You may be keeping yourself stuck, because that's what that card represents, okay? So I've got a blanket on because it's cold here today. And that represents having a blindfold on and keeping yourself stuck. She could walk out of that situation anytime she wants, but she doesn't, right? So Spirit is saying, look, in December, is there anything about your physical health where you're not really allowing yourself to see that there actually could be something you could do? And for some reason, you're kind of putting it off or you're avoiding it. And you know deep down, if you did that thing, it could actually help your physical health. Yeah, look, that's like an addiction. Okay, that's like an addiction energy. It's either addiction or it's unbalanced, right? But they're saying that you do have the willpower and determination to turn a negative into a positive and sort this out, okay? And it may involve you deciding to pull back from doing something that is, I don't know, a bit naughty or childlike, I don't know. But that is like slowing down, calming down, turning a negative into a positive. You've got the willpower and determination. Whatever it is that's unbalanced or addictive that you're doing, which is not serving your physical health or it's keeping your physical health a bit stuck, something's going to happen with that in December, and I think you're going to have a shift. You're going to have a shift and you're going to realise, oh my God, like maybe there is a little tweak, maybe there is a little something I can do here that I've been putting off doing. And now maybe I can do it because I don't really want my health to stay stuck like this. Maybe there is something I can do here. Maybe there's something I can pull back and refrain from doing that I know hasn't been helping, or maybe there's some positive action that I can take. Okay, so the next steps of healing then in December. Let's see what the very next step's going to be. I mean, it feels like you're going to be either pulling back from something that's not very healthy, or you're gonna make a decision to take some action that will help your health that you've been putting off, or I don't know. But it's got to come from the place of love, because you're getting to a place where you know, collectively on this channel, we're all getting to this place, I am too, where we just love ourselves more. We accept ourselves more, we love ourselves more. So it's like, okay, it's the next logical step now that I don't really need to be doing this thing, or maybe I actually do need to take action on this thing to help myself out. And it's coming from a place of love, not the super ego telling me off, telling me I'm not good enough, because I've had that massively as a problem myself. And the super ego is very counterproductive, it's very critical, and you know, it's been telling me the whole time about things I shouldn't be doing because certain things I'm doing aren't very conscious. But that's just extra ego where I'm criticizing myself, and we don't need extra ego, we're trying to get rid of the ego. So let's see the very next step to healing in December, please. The next step to healing in December, please. Right, they are saying to keep the same approach, right? You are doing something well. You have overcome a lot of difficulties with your health. And they are saying, you know, keep doing what you're doing. You are definitely doing something, yeah, that is helping your physical health. And if you just keep doing that, you know, that is going to make the difference in the long run. So that's a kind of confirmation that you don't really need to change your approach, because that card was suggesting that we're kind of getting too worried and concerned that, do I need to try this out for helping with my healing? Do I need to try that out? No, that's the ego trying to confuse you and keep changing you into different things, because the ego loves to manipulate us and make us feel like we're going crazy. It just loves that sensation. Spirit is saying just keep the same approach. Whatever you've been doing to try and improve your physical health lately, keep on that road, because although it may not have made a massive shift at the moment, you know, in time it's going to create the shift. You know, and that might be something you are physically doing, like a medication you're taking, or some sort of physical healing thing that you're doing. But it might also be, you know, how you're approaching it emotionally, you know, and the things you're doing there as well, making a big difference. Because, you know, everything is energetic. Every physical problem you have obviously stems from the emotions, from the energy, you know, and it's like that, isn't it? You know, over a prolonged period of time of a certain emotion, it creates a certain energy, and that energy is what creates the physical disease. You know all of this, you don't need me to explain it, but it's just that reminder that, you know, so if you're doing certain things emotionally to get yourself in a better energy, you know, like I do all the time every day with my consciousness work, you know, because that's where I'm trying to come into the consciousness energy rather than the ego. You know, obviously I'm dropping into ego all the time, just like you are, but the more we can keep coming back into consciousness, that is a very healing energy, and that's going to bring us healing. That, you know, miracle healings can come from that. So whatever approach you're doing, physically or emotionally, keep doing it. You might not have seen a massive difference yet, but longer term there will be a shift and it will be successful. You have to follow your instincts because you've got the moon card, and you might feel like, oh God, you know, I wish I had more clarity. I wish somebody could just give me the exact answer on what would solve my physical problem. But what they're saying to you is, we are giving you information. We are, but it's coming through your instincts. You're going to find it in more psychic ways, just instinctively feeling this is the right path for my physical healing, you know, and following what that may be. And that it might be to do with doctors and medication, it might be other things, whatever it is. I'm not here to tell you what to do, but the cards are just saying that whatever you have been doing, keep doing it. And also it's really important to follow your instincts, because that they seem to be a good guide. Okay, how will my life change? Ooh. Let's see, how will our lives change in December? It's getting really dark here, so sorry about that. How will our lives change in December? How will our lives change in December, please? Oh, wow. King of Cups, look at that. Now, King of Cups is our spirit guides. That is spirit. So, how are our lives going to change in December? Well, this is amazing. I mean, we're going to feel spirit so much closer to us, helping us. The closer we become to spirit, the better we're going to get on in this matrix. You know, because the more we're over-identified with the physical body, the more we identify as the ego, basically. It's just the way it is. The more you're over-identified with your body and the physical reality, the matrix, all those things, the more you're really in your ego identity. And the problem with that is it just makes living in the matrix much harder, because it means you're much more easily triggered by the matrix and you're much more easily tempted by it. Now, when you've got a physical health problem, right, it's the sort of problem that's very difficult to ignore. Because it becomes so unbearably uncomfortable, it's the sort of thing that actually will push you a lot deeper into your spiritual work, you know, because the physical reality, your actual body itself, is not feeling good, and it can be so unbearable. It's like, you know, you've got no choice but to go deeper into spirit. So although you might look and think, oh, it seems so unfair, I've got these physical health problems, it's actually all predestined so that you would find the physical reality unpleasant, so that you would push deeper down into spirit, push deeper down into, deepen your level of consciousness, right? And the deeper the level of consciousness you go, that means you're living in this matrix, but you're much more rooted in spirit. And this is what's happening in December. We're coming much more closer to spirit, so that, all right, there's things triggering us, there's things tempting us, but we're more centered in our consciousness. We're more closer to spirit. That's going to bring a lot of healing through. You can't really quantify what sort of healing could come through if we're in that state. And that's what the King of Cups is doing. Now, also, some of you could be experiencing love in December. I just want to say that as well. It's possible. What else? How else is our life going to change in December, please? Okay, there's going to be something that we decide to say no to. Okay, now this could be something to do with our health that we decide to stop doing, right? It could be something to do with money. It could be something to do with job. It could be something to do with anything in the physical reality. It could be to do with a relationship. But there's going to be an offer on the table, or something like that, and we're going to decide finally, no, we're not taking it. We don't want this anymore, because we would rather be at one with spirit, you know? So there's something we're deciding to change in December, either turn down an offer or sort of just pull away from something. And we're doing it because we know it's not got anything there for us, and we don't need it anymore. We don't want it, we don't need it. It's something definitely physical, because Ace of Pentacles is something physical that you hold in your hand. Well, obviously you can't hold a person in your hand, but you know, you could hold a person, and so it's something physical, whether it's money, you know, actually something to do with your physical health that you're going to let go of or decide not to do anymore, something to do with a person, something to do with your family, something to do with your home, something you're deciding, I'm not doing it, or I'm not going to take that offer up because I need to be closer to spirit now. Because I know that's really going to be much more healing and beneficial for me. There's something in the physical reality that's been pulling you out of alignment. And in December, it's like you're not so interested in it because you see it for what it is. Everything in the physical reality, unfortunately, I'm going to just be honest with you, it's temporary. That's what the Buddhists say. You know, it's temporary and really just a lot of the time very futile or very, it's just Maya, illusion. So you're never really getting what you think you're getting in the physical reality. Remember that. So a message from the divine. So this is like a message from our spirit guides then. Let's see. Message from our spirit guides, please. It's quite a long reading, actually. Just realised. I think it's interesting, though, because you don't see many physical health readings on YouTube, I don't think. Okay, so the wait is over. Ooh. Okay. So something's going to change in December. You've been waiting. That's the waiting card. Waiting for something, and the wait is now over. Wow. The wait is over. In December. What else? What other messages Spirit got for December? Ooh, Emperor. Wow. The wait is over. The Emperor card is about things really starting to happen for you, things really starting to come together. Emperor is about taking charge, being organised, structured, knowing what you're doing. Healthy as well. Healthy, strong. It's like you're taking your power back. It's like you go through this whole thing in December to do with realising that overthinking things or keep changing your approach is actually causing you pain. That card just fell out at the end on top of this card. So it's causing you more. This is physical pain, physical problems, and that is the thinking. So spirit is definitely clarifying that any unhelpful thoughts just don't help your physical health at all. You're taking your power back. You're going to turn a positive into a negative. You're going to keep some of the same approaches you've been using, but you're also going to tap into your instincts even more, and you're going to wind up in December deciding to pull back from something or not take an offer up of something, and that's going to help you get closer to spirit, get closer to your true healing. You know, you're going to be very gentle with yourself, and by the end of the month, the wait is over. You're much more in control. You're much more in your power. Your health is coming back. You feel physically so much better, you know, because you're going through this whole journey. So it's a good month for our health in December, because I think we're saying no to something. We're getting deeper into spirit, which is the true healing, and we are reorganizing ourselves so that we're much more solid. And we're still using some of the same approaches that we've been using with our health, but you know, we're less confused. We're able to follow our instincts. The wait is over. There's going to be progress here with our health in December. It's going to start coming together, you know, and I think it's coming from a place of self-love, a space of our spirituality, you know, that it's easier to finally make a decision on our health. You know, it suddenly starts to make more sense. And maybe we're more ready. We're more ready to do it because we're more self-loving, closer to spirit. So it's easier for us to turn away from something we were doing that we knew wasn't very healthy, or if it was an offer from somebody, we knew it wasn't going to really be right. It wasn't really going to be stable. So it's better for our health not to go down that road. And it's like, wow, we're really coming to our power physically. You know, the Emperor card is a very physical card. It's a powerful card. So there's more stability, more structure, more health, feeling more solid, you know, feeling more loving towards ourselves, our health improving, you know, and we're better able to follow our instincts with our health. So it is a good month for health. And just keep being gentle with yourself as well. That card's very important. You know, and the interesting thing was the first card was about power, and the Emperor is a very powerful card. So it's like we are finding some sort of route to powerful healing in December. Thank you for subscribing. Thanks for giving the channel a thumbs up, the video a thumbs up. And if you want to book in, just contact me. You can email me. You can go on my Facebook page, Awakening Tarot, and message me there. And yeah, I'm sending you lots of love, lots of peace, wherever you are on Gaia.